Welcome everyone at Taroko Double Railways with me Elizabeth, and today we're going to look at a special DC layout at Taroko Railways. Yes, the traditional steam era layout of Hornby in double O gauge and DC running. In memory of my family, and today we have a special guest. Yes, it is Harry. Now looking at my logo that I have on the layout today, Harry is looking mighty fine. And yes, the first thing standing out is the red Conrad, and obviously I've got some other logos on the layout that's also got red Conrads, so I've grown used to it by now, but it's standing out from the black wheels, and the wheels have been blackened out nicely. And looking at the steps finishes separately fitted, it's very nicely done for a little loco like this. And yes, bear in mind it was built in 1999 by Hornby. So looking at the front, we've got the coupling and the hook, and there's no number visible on the buffer beam, but I do believe that this model is number 1776, locomotive number 1776. And this one, it's got the plate also, and the plate identification plate for this loco I think reads Leeds Railway. Looking at the front of the loco, we can see the coupling once again, and then a great feature here is it's featuring sprung buffers and the 3 lampines and the smoke box door handle, and although not painted, it is nicely finished. And there's some features on here that you won't think that a little loco like this will have for a 1999 model that was built by Hornby. Not too bad at all. And the handrails nicely painted black and separately fitted, along with the other piping below the tank area, as well as the reverse rod. And then going to the top of the locomotive, you can see the roof that's blacked and the air intake, as well as the safety valves going through with some extra rail fitment in the middle of the water cap to the smoke box. And then obviously we see separately fitted chimney. And please bear in mind that this model was built in 1999, and it's been through a couple of hands, and I happened to found this locally through a supplier. Looking at the rear, we also see the coupler and the hook, and some little bit of riveting work, not a lot, but it's also featuring sprung buffers, and we can see the little coal bunk as well as the outline paintwork on the red. Just stands out beautifully and nicely applied. And also along the cab door entrance side, paintwork's nicely been done, as well as the name of the loco, Harry, standing out very clearly. And then the loco nameplate on it. And then looking at the back also, we can see the windows, the rear windows openings for visibility. And here on the other side, we can also see the same is done on this side of the loco, very clearly depicted. Everything, steps and pipework, very nicely and done, and the handrails, and again the cab also featuring some little extra details inside, which is great to have on the little loco like this for a built loco of 99. Model front in railway, the Hunslet Austerity was produced as a model by Kitmaster from 1961 onwards in double O gauge. The tunings were sold to Airfix in 1962 and later to Dapple in 1981, and Dapple's ready-to-run tooling was then sold to Hornby in 1996, who have continued to produce the Austerity as both the J94 class and in various industrial liveries. And in 1998, August 1998, model number 2000, 2001 and 2002 years were also built as R2094. So Graham Farish and subsequently Bachmann have produced the Austerity as the Lner BRJ94 class for N-gauge. DJ models also produced J94 and Austerity tanks in 00 gauge in a variety of liveries, and including the BR and other several liveries. These models have since become part of the EFE Rails range. But let's talk today about the model we have on the layout at Taraka Railways. So starting off with this loco designed by Robert Arthur Riddles, classified as a BR4F. Hornby first started building models of the J94 black with light crest in 1998, and the first model was a running number R2062 model number, and also 1999 is a model number R2094A and B, which were also the RN68006 number, 68049, as well as the RN8006. And getting to our model on the layout today, which is model number Hornby R2096, that was built in the year of 1999, and obviously description is London and North Eastern Railway J94 National Coal Board, and in brackets Red Harry, preserved and at the time at Hutswell Clark Works number, and that is the loco number 1776. The locomotive in real life was built in 1944 and built for the Ministry of Defence. Then later the Ministry of Fuel and Power it was transferred to, and to be used at Darton Open Cast Coal Mine in Yorkshire in June 1944. Soon afterwards it moved to Goswood Hall Colliery Company at Wigan before going to Holyland Moor Open Cast Mine at Elskar in Yorkshire in August 1945. March 1948, the locomotive was moved to Peel Hall Screens at Little Halton in Lancashire before going back to Yorkshire in February 1952 to Barnoldswick Open Cast Mine. By this time, the locomotive was owned by the National Coal Board. The engine then spent time at Lancashire, where by March 1966 it had acquired the name Harry when seen at Walkden workshops. After being employed at the Tiled and Astley Green collieries, the locomotive was seen out of service in storage at Walkden in 1973 and in 1974, the year of my birth. In February 1976, the locomotive moved to J.K. Holt and Gordon Limited at Chickerbend, Bolton, for preservation. In 1982, it was observed on the plinth of Chickerbend, where it was noted to still be 7 years later. The locomotive restoration in progress by Bryan Engineering, planned to be used at the Embassy and Bolton Abbey Steam Railway. Overall, a lovely loco to have on the layout. But let's go to the favorite part of this episode, and that is the history of the Hunslet Austerity locomotives. Alright people, now that we are at the history, the Hunslet Austerity 060 ST is a class of steam locomotive designed for shunting. The class became the standard British shunting locomotive during the Second World War, and productions continued until 1964 at various locomotive manufacturers. Hunslet subcontracted some of the construction to Andrew Bordeaux, Sons and Company, W.G. Bagnall, Hudswell, Clark, Robert Stevenson, and Hawthorns, and the Vulcan Foundry in order to meet delivery requirements. After D-Day, they were used on continental Europe and in North Africa, as well as the docks and military sites in Britain. They were withdrawn between 1959 and 1967. A few were sold into industrial use with the National Coal Board. Two BR numbers 68077 and 68078 have been preserved. In addition, a large number of austerities that were used in an industry and have survived to preservation. Several of these have been disguised as BR locomotives. Enthusiasts often refer to them by the nickname of buckets. Numbers 8077 in preservation currently, which is now the new BR 68077 in Spa Valley Railway, and number 8078, now BR 68078, on a site in Kent, privately owned. felt that I need to bring tribute to another Harry Wilson, born in 1923, the same year that the Lner brand began. And in memory of him, he passed away the 7th of April 2024. Almost ago he passed away, and he was 1 month short of his 101 birthday. But he was a Lner Deltic driver and will forever be remembered for his good service and for his long life service to Lner. So, tributes to you, Harry, another Harry of the Lner. We salute you.